It's your girl Ashley Janae, and welcome to the sick edition of Club Rich. Um, I'm under the weather, as you can see. I am in my room at home, comfortable in my bed. I didn't want to get anybody sick just in case I had something going on, but I think it's like bronchitis or something like that. But anyways, thank y'all for joining in. And what y'all sipping on tonight? I'm sipping on third flu. I'm unlocking my better self and obviously trying to get over my little cold or whatever. Mickey, you over there drinking anything?
The water.
You was over there giggling because I said I'm trying to unlock my better self.
And right now, when you said you was drinking Theraflu, your drink of the night was Theraflu.
It definitely is, and it's disgusting. But you know what? You hear that? It's getting the stuff circulating. So let's get into some of these hot topics for tonight. So Mickey, did you hear anything about Donald Trump? He's actually facing quite a few charges, 30 to be exact, for using funds related to the election to pay off porn star Stormy Daniels.
I don't get it, to be honest with you. Like, because he used money to pay off Stormy Daniel.
That's funds for his election and stuff. That's like donations and all that stuff. You can't do anything like that, Mick.
Yeah, I guess not. You can't do anything like that, but they just trying to lock that man up for anything they can get him for.
What I was saying on Trevor and Winters earlier, what I put in the comments was that I'll be doing my research. So unfortunately, I gave Trump's page a nice little view the other day,
Right,
and
right, right.
his supporters are stating on there that regardless of the outcome, they're still going to vote for him in the next election.
I can understand it.
So I mean, on our end, we're pretty not necessarily excited, but we're happy that he's finally being held accountable for some things. But at the same token, I think any publicity for him, unfortunately, in his case, has become good publicity because um, it seems like he always gets his way, most likely, with everything that's going on. But anyways, y'all put y'all opinions in the chat. I don't even have my chat up. Let me see. Oh, that's just Mickey. Y'all come through in the chat. Let
Well,
me
I'm,
see.
I'm I'm trying to get the people ready for, you know what I'm saying. You was going on. I'm trying to get them ready for, because I see you was sick when you called and told me you was sick. I'm like, damn. You know, I'm trying to get us used to being in studio.
Yeah, I'm I'm half dead, y'all, and I did not want to get Mickey or anybody sick, but I don't think I have anything. I went to the urgent care and they just said, let it run its course. So if it was
Mm,
something crazy, I'm pretty sure they would have gave me some antibiotics or something like that. But it's
right.
just probably just a common cold.
Yeah, and you know, it's allergy. See, it's changing. You have allergies, don't you?
Bad.
See, that's what I'm saying. You got to change. We're going from winter to spring, and winter back to spring and winter. How this last few months been is we've been had a little bit of both.
Basically, like we've had summer, fall, winter within the last 3 or 4 days. Let's
So
see.
what's
Let's
some
see.
good hot topics you got? Come on, give me some of that celebrity gossip. It's too much stuff going on out here not for you to have no celebrity gossip.
Let me close this chat because ain't nobody talking about nothing on this one. Okay, so look, last time we chatted a couple weeks ago, right? We were talking about Latasha from Escape and her sister Tamika Scott.
Right.
So word on the street, Latasha stole 30K from Tamika. Um, it's been a whole uproar about that. So it looks like today I'm looking at an apology video from Latasha, excuse me, as we speak. And she's stating that she's apologizing. She's saying that she didn't, but she says she's apologizing anyways and wants to fix things with her sister. For one, look, I keep knocking into this computer. I'm not apologizing for anything that I didn't do. If I didn't steal 30K, baby, I'm not apologizing for that. I'd be like, you better find whoever stole it. So something in my heart tells me that the sister stole the money,
Hmm.
but certain people, they're not going to admit to doing something like that. So it's, how somebody does something to you and then they say, well, I apologize about how that may have made you feel. They're not apologizing for them actually doing something. They're just trying to deflect. I feel like the sister is definitely doing damage control at this point in time. Because, I mean, her reputation is kind of in the toilet if you think about it.
Then didn't the one sister that's accused her of stealing, then she apologized to Candy.
No, she has not done that yet.
No, I'm saying the one that said that Candy was messing with Jermaine.
I didn't get a chance to watch that episode. I seen bits and clips, and the one, she did say that she apologized to Candy for multiple things that she said, but I didn't see the specifics. But I'm pretty sure that's one of the things she said, that she went along with the shenanigans because the older sister, which is the one that's being accused of stealing the money,
Right.
um, they were doing a smear campaign on Candy back in the day for whatever
Mm.
reason, and she joined in on it. So that's horrible. You supposed to be in a group with some folks, and they just dogging you out, and you trying to make money, but you probably miserable in the process. I
How
couldn't
do you
imagine.
feel about that? Not to cut you off. How do you feel about entertainers doing these reality shows, showing their pain just to make money?
Honestly, if it was me, for one, if I was an entertainer, I would never agree to be in a group setting. Just because if you think about it, I'm doing the same amount of work with a group of people that I could do by myself and keep all my earnings and not have to split it two, three, four, five different ways. So agreeing to be in a group is just kind of to begin with.
But what if
Um,
that's a way to get you on the stage? You might have to be in the group, and because some people was solo artists but didn't make it. But then when they got in the group, and then they went. I mean, to me, it just seemed like with us, as far as black people, like we get on these reality shows and we show the downright ugliness of us, like cussing
yeah,
at each other, fighting, showing things that like back in the day, things like they say you don't show your dirty laundry. It's like now we showing our dirty laundry. That's why I was asking.
I feel like now entertainers are they're like stuck on trying to be relatable and stuff now instead of keeping the mystique. Like you would never catch what's somebody back in the day. You'd never catch Anita Baker doing a reality show. You know what I'm saying? You hardly know much about her other than what she might have put in the Jet magazine. You know
Right,
what I'm saying? Like those are the artists that are still respected to this day because we don't know everything that's going on with their personal lives, and they have the same type of life we do. They just got a couple dollars added to it. So they go
right,
through drama, divorce, this, that, and the other. So I think reality shows have became a gift and a curse. It's good entertainment, but at the end of the day, if you look at perfect example, all these housewives from this franchise, the Atlanta franchise,
right.
just two of them that filed for divorce, and the
Mm,
season is getting ready to start in what, couple weeks from what I seen, and two people are already. Well, you got one that just finalized her divorce, one that's pending, one that just filed with her husband like within the last 2 weeks. The only one that's really still married on there is Candy from that franchise. I'm trying to think. Oh, and
mm.
the new girl Sandra Ross. I think that's how you say her name, Sandra or something like that. Sonia. Um,
Wow.
yeah, but for the most part, I'm sitting here trying to think. Yeah, that and Candy. Those are the only two that have the stable stable marriage from what we can see.
Mm.
So sometimes giving people a look into your personal life is a little bit much. You know what I'm saying?
I think it is. That's why I was saying that I would, I couldn't do it. Like, I mean, how they doing it? These guys get on here, they be cheating, bringing they side women on there. It's like, dude, you're being recorded for the nation to see it.
Folks are rough, and then it goes from that to you got the side babies. And speaking of that, excuse me, Latasha Scott actually addressed that she is currently in an open marriage. But I think that was damage control too, because come to find out her husband has a side chick that got interviewed by Tasha K, which Tasha K is so messy, but um so I think she was doing damage control because he has like a side baby side whatever now. And like you said, people are putting themselves out for a lot of public ridicule now, which I wouldn't agree to it, but hey, to each his own. But let's go on to the next subject.
What's the next one?
This is ignorant. So, a Mexican nurse dies after trying to perform her own liposuction. Let me
Huh?
see. This 30-year-old nurse died after reportedly performing liposuction on herself. The body of the woman, identified as Karina, they didn't give a last name, was discovered unconscious at a doctor's office. She allegedly attempted to liposuction fat from her midsection, according to the clinic owner. And yeah, they found her, and she attempted to give herself anesthesia and everything, and I guess she didn't make it.
Well, prayers to the lady and the doctor that tried it. What do you feel about that?
I'm gonna tell you like this. Okay, let me rewind this a little bit. So shout out to Black China. I watched the interview from her earlier. It was on Sway in the Morning. Shout out to them. And she was explaining the breakdown of cosmetic surgeries and what it takes for you to get them. Getting them is the cheaper part of the situation. When you get a little bit older, just like she has, and she's in her,
Hmm.
you know, in her 30s, and she's maturing, she's a mother, all that kind of stuff, and she decides she wants to reverse that. Sometimes the cost of removing cosmetic surgery or reversing or whatever you have to do is three times as much as the procedure to actually apply whatever it is that you're doing.
Hmm.
So sometimes it's okay to leave yourself alone. And one point that she made was, you might not have the biggest butt in the world or the biggest chest or whatever, whatever, but there's somebody in this world that would appreciate it.
Mm.
So instead of altering yourself to try to fit what one man wants, how about you leave yourself alone, and the man that appreciates you in your most normal form, your if you want to call yourself regular. In your regular form, somebody's going to come and they're going to appreciate everything that's authentic about you. So
Mm.
shout out to her for that. I think it's dumb. To each his own if that's what you want to do. I've thought about in the past getting stuff done to my stomach. After you have a couple C sections, sometimes things don't go back to normal. I got a hernia, all kind of other stuff that I would like to fix. But as far as like all the extra stuff, getting your face, butt, all that, I can't. I can't. I'm sorry. It's too much. What about you, Mick?
No, like, you know me. If you can't get it out the gym, I'm straight. You know what I'm saying? But I don't knock nobody who have done it because some people probably have to do it for health reasons. I'm not gonna knock. But far as like far as getting
Jeez.
butts, and if you doing that to get your butt, and I could see if people had to get it because they was overweight and their blood pressure or there's diabetes, certain health reasons why you have to get that did. But far as you going to get your butt did, getting your lips did, or getting your jaw did like that, I'm not gonna knock you for doing this, to each their own. But I believe the creator, he built you for. I mean, he created your features, your looks, your bodies for somebody. It might not be who you want, but it'll be somebody.
Exactly, like she said, don't alter yourself for somebody that's looking for something. Leave yourself alone, and somebody that appreciates every curve, cellular, all that stuff, they're gonna
Yeah,
come and they'll appreciate you more because you're just being yourself.
yeah, no doubt. I can agree with that.
All right, so let me go down this list. Got a couple more topics.
Come
So
on with it.
Jonathan Majors, you're familiar with him? I know
I
you are.
already know. I already know who you talk about. Creed, the
Yes,
clown of the week.
clown of the decade. Do you hear
Yeah,
me?
yeah. He the big clown.
So Well, I go to the latest part because everybody knows the beginning of this ridiculous story.
Right.
But his attorney actually provided alleged text messages between him and the victim, and that he was accused of abusing this time last week. So it's been like a big publicity tour that his lawyer has been going on, which as a lawyer, I think that is the dumbest thing that you can do. Well, okay, it's a double edged sword with me. The court of public opinion shouldn't matter, but when you are a celebrity and you're getting endorsements and this, that, and the other, the court of public opinion definitely does matter, unfortunately. But when it comes to going in front of a judge and jury, eh, you discussing case details and stuff like that before you even have a court date or anything like that, that's kind of a too.
But
So my advice for people that are in situations like that, because actually if you Google him, he has a nice history with cases that are related to domestic violence. If you already know a person's history, don't tie yourself in with them anyways. So
but
that's
but you got to bring the put content to the story. Is it a Karen? You can't leave that out. Is
I
it
was
not a
trying
Karen?
to I was trying to be politically correct here.
Nah, damn that. You got to tell the truth.
All
These
right, I'll say
brothers,
he
you
got
got
him
to
a
put.
white woman,
Yeah, he got him a white
and
woman who tried to say. Then she also tried to take it back.
after the fact, after all the dookie has hit the fan, yeah, yeah,
So you got to understand. It she pulled her card. You know what I'm saying? Which that he got to understand too. This can destroy his career.
it has already to a certain degree. Even if it's found to not be true, all of his endorsements are down the drain.
Yeah. What up,
Um,
Trev?
yeah,
Yeah, all his endorsements going down the drain. But you know because that's the first thing they're gonna do. You got to understand. They take this seriously, fires, and I do too. A man should not be hitting a woman. I totally agree with that.
not at all.
You know, I truly agree with that. Should no man be touching no woman, but women shouldn't be also be able to cry wolf and say he did this. You know, you shouldn't be able to do that.
When you do stuff like that, I believe criminal charges should be brought against you. I don't think that anybody should be able to just be like, all right, you know what, I take it back, I take it back. Like, no. Whatever time that they would have gave him, that's what you should get.
Right,
That's just my thing. Because do you know how many people that are falsely accused of things? Perfect example, Emmett Till, baby lost his life
right.
over a lie. And that lady still out here chilling. Emmett Till must not got no ghetto cousins or something like that, cause baby,
You don't want to go to listen. Let me tell you something. You can't just go out there and do what you want to do. I understand what you're saying, but you just can't go out there and this not being funny and nothing. I'm trying to be serious without, you know what I'm saying? Because you go, whoever do, you gonna be a martyr. So I'm gonna tell you that right now, because they gonna slay you down for doing so. I advise you, let the
man,
Lord
look,
deal with it. Some things you gotta let the higher power deal. Whatever you believe in, you let that deal with it.
I don't like the fact that she's been able to live a long and prosperous life. Cause she is
Okay,
in her 80s, I believe, or
this what
40.
Trevor just said. Not just criminal, like that female is looking to throw him in prison for 5 to 10 years. She need to get the same sentence instead of a BS misdemeanor that comes with six months and a fine. I mean,
Good deal.
yeah, I mean That's the name of the game when you playing. But see, that's why you have to be careful when you get into doing things like that because it's so easy. You can bring people, you can mess people careers up. Look at the boy, the Detroit Lions. Not to keep harping on this, but you can't keep playing. You know what I'm saying? Yourself like that. That's what I just feel personally. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna stay within my own frame. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It'd be a little harder for it'd be harder for Nicole to go out there and say I did something and then I'm trying to get sued. I'm just gonna be honest. You know what I'm saying? They might look at her and be like she lying because that's the way they would look at us.
Most definitely. So, to change the subject, because my
Yes,
voice
ma'am.
is going out. I had to keep talking in order for my voice to still stay in
Well, go
function.
ahead. My
So,
bad.
anyways, y'all see this rapper? Oh Lord, don't let me get the line about this child's name. It's an up and coming rapper. His name is BTB Savage. Now
Oh,
look,
damn.
I seen him on a Vlad TV interview maybe last week. Didn't really listen to the whole interview because I was at work and it was just playing. But it was basically him and his girlfriend was at home. Somebody came and robbed him. He was explaining the story to Vlad. Okay, cool. So after that, the young man took Snapchat and took pictures, what seems to be in a puddle of dried up blood from the robbery of the robber that him and his girlfriend shot and killed.
Mm,
And so, unfortunately, the young man that was on the Vladimir interview that he was the homeowner and he was explaining what happened. He was actually killed yesterday. So obviously this is some kind of retaliation for him killing whoever it was that robbed him or whatever.
damn. Yeah, I was just looking at some of that. But why would you go on there and show the picture?
Man, and this junk looks so disgusting. Like,
Yeah, why would you show the crime scene regardless? I mean, I don't know. I mean, this generation, I can't say that. Where is he from anyway?
don't give me the line. I bet you this some Chicago stuff because this look like a Chicago dude.
I'm just saying,
Hold on, let me.
why would you show the crime scene?
Oh no, it's in Houston.
Oh, that was Houston. Now you
Oh
need to
yeah,
take
because
that back off
then I seen
Chicago.
they was like, yeah, Houston. Yeah.
Damn, that's sad. That's
Hmm.
sad. Yeah. Now the rapper, man, these rappers, whew,
It's like the younger that they are, the dumber. Everything is about what you see on TV or on the internet. Because they definitely want to be seen more than anything. I really think if some people could be famous, not necessarily get the money, but just be famous and be seen, I think some people would agree to do that. Because fame, like they said, is a drug. And I'm starting to
this
see.
Trevor, I
Speaking of
couldn't even answer that question for you. I wouldn't know.
speaking of people wanting attention, you got Takashi 6ix9ine. Y'all see that video of him getting beat up the other day?
Yeah, that was messed up.
Why he go to the gym with some booty shorts? Uh, Trevor said, "How does one look like Chicago?"
I,
Trevor, I'd have been to Chicago enough and ran into enough Chicago folks. Trust me, they a different breed. You don't even want to know.
I wouldn't know. That's why I said I couldn't ask it yet. I couldn't tell you. You see, but the thing is, why would they record it? Like, you see, they
They
got
wanted to
arrested,
be
right?
known for doing that. Like they definitely said, we want the credit for this. So they got their credit.
Yeah, and they feel ass is finna be in jail too.
Shut up, Trevor. He said, "I'll wear some booty shorts in the gym." He had on a Montclair, some booty shorts.
But he didn't think that was gonna ever happen. That's the question. Did he not think that was gonna happen?
I mean, why wouldn't he expect this to happen eventually? Like, am I tripping?
Nah, that's why I asked the question. He didn't think this was gonna happen.
And then like today, and and thinks it's cool. I'm sorry, I'm reading
Now go
comments.
ahead. I'm reading it too.
Yeah, see, Melissa, a lot of kids they're tapping into what's cool on the internet, and they're not realizing that you're gonna get old one day. Hopefully, you live to get old one day, and you're gonna look back, and some of that behavior is very foolish, very foolish. And it's just the whole concept of you want to look a certain way towards your peers. It has nothing to do with making good decisions or making bad decisions. A lot of kids think they're gonna live forever. That's really their mentality. So anything goes, I guess. Back to Takashi. That was bound to happen, Mick.
Yeah.
That was definitely bound to happen. So he did a response video today. I was reading it a second ago, but to paraphrase, it was basically like, "Hey, I'm back. Uh, they ain't really do nothing. This, that, and the other." Do people ever learn?
Now anybody can talk junk and say, but it might be a next crew might come out. But could this be some Jussie Smollett? He did this for a publicity stunt.
They would say that on the Joe Budden podcast, but then again, them rib shots was looking realistic.
But I'm just saying, could
I
it
don't
be?
think you can fake getting kicked in the ribs, can you?
Nah, maybe he did it. It looked real for he can get. Maybe some. He got an album about to come out.
I hope not.
I
Whatever he
mean,
got going on, keep that garbage to yourself.
I'm just saying.
Nah,
I, it's some people that I was like, how did they get an album? But I don't want to cause no beef, but I ain't gonna say it. But it's some rappers that I know, like
you
the
talking about
industry.
around here?
Nah, hell no. I'm talking about.
Oh, I was about to say, yeah.
I'm
So
talking about. Nah, see you being messy. I'm saying I gonna put it out there. Fuck it. I mean, I might get in trouble for this, but
do
oh
your
well.
thing.
I did not because I've been watching the Wu Tang and I love it. I think them executives when they gave old Dirty Bastard that money to do his solo album, man, they had to be crazy, man. I was
They knew
in
it was
that
gonna
era.
sell.
Yeah, but I was in that era. Wasn't nothing on there that on his album that you can say was hard. Unless I'm confused or something.
It was
Maybe I
entertainment.
missed something. That's what I'm saying. It was like to me, it was like a minstrel show.
Sad to say, rest in peace, but that was his
Yeah,
deal.
rest in peace. But I was just trying to say, cause then I'm looking at it like I might get in trouble for it, but I'm just saying
He gone now.
everybody.
He gonna be mad
No,
about it.
it ain't that. But I'm just saying it's fans. But if
Yeah,
they really thought his album was some fire, that was some hot garbage.
yeah. I think, like I said, he was entertainment, weird entertainment, but I guess for the I don't know. You know who else falls in line with that Flavor Flav?
Hot guy. I mean, but he was a hype man for Chuck D. You know, Flav, he had he had his what's his name. But I'm saying when you looking at these rappers, like they really gave this guy a record
Shoot,
deal.
Flavor Flav had his solo stuff too. I'd heard quite a few things from him. It was just he was around to be around. I think ODB was around just because that was his crew. He was entertainment, and they didn't want to leave him
Right.
out the picture.
I'm not mad at Resident for getting him some money in his pocket. I'm just looking at the executives from the record company. Like, what was like who was in there? Say yes, we finna give him 400. Excuse, we finna give him 400,000 to
That's a
for
lot of
you
money.
you know to do an album. Like, but it's so like, what in the hell did they see? I'm watching the movie. I'm watching it like, don't get me wrong, because his son playing him, which is a good actor. He playing him in the movie, but I'm
Oh,
like,
that's his son.
yeah, that's his son playing him. You didn't know that?
Oh wow.
Yeah,
No
that's his
wonder.
son. Yeah, that's his son playing him. But I'm like, where's the rap? What was, like you said? I guess it was an entertainment. It was what you can call a comedy album or something. Because
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, nothing I put in the top 1,000 of rap albums out here.
Yeah, he was just he was living his best life. You could tell he ain't take nothing serious. You seen when he was on MTV. I remember watching this, matter of fact, in person, because my daddy was tripping out about it. He took a limo to go to like the DHS office to
Yeah.
go get his food stamps cut
I
off.
remember. I think wasn't that his wife? Wasn't that his one? His was that his one of his baby mamas?
He
Yeah,
had
and he
two
had
kids with
just
him and
signed the
everything.
record deal. That's what I'm saying. Who goes and then it was what, a week later, a month later, he was for he got what was it, welfare fraud.
Yeah, he went straight to the DHS office and recorded for MTV. They was like following him. I remember seeing this in real time. That's hilarious.
That's what I'm saying. Some of these people, like, you know what I'm saying. Don't get me wrong. Like DMX, he had talent. He could rap, but he just was getting high. You know what I'm saying? He was on drugs.
You know
It,
what? The only difference between DMX and a lot of these other folks, he'll let you know, shit, that's what I'm doing. A lot of these rappers, you wonder why they weird, it's because they at home, either playing with their nose or popping every pill you can think of. Like,
uh,
it's crazy because being a crackhead now, people don't even want to say they're a crackhead no more, but they admit to everything else
uh,
and will do everything else. Like all this fentanyl and all this. I feel so bad for these kids. I do.
uh,
Anyways.
yeah, nah, it's rough. Oh, I understand, Melissa. You just got to stay on top of them. That's all I
Oh
can tell
yeah,
you.
stay on top of them. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah, you got to
Cause
stay
look,
on top of them. But I'm saying, but that's the entertainment world. Because I was just, like I said, I be watching different documentaries.
me too.
When one was saying he was on cocaine, he said he was smoking rocks. Then he said he got off of it, but he was like, I'm like, damn, like
A lot of people
these,
don't get off.
yeah. And he was like, matter of fact, did you see the one with George Clinton? He was on
No, but
Drink
you know which
Champ.
one I did just watch recently that reminded me of what you just said? Rick
Uh,
James. That was a good one.
wow, yeah, I could believe it. I done saw something here, but that's what I'm saying. These executives be giving them these drugs, having them on them, and making all this money, and it's like they keep them clean for they can go to these award shows, show up, but these people be straight up $1 million drug heads.
Drug heads. Wowzers. All right, so our
Yeah,
next and last topic of the
come
night.
on with it, run it.
What is a popular like subject or a popular topic that y'all think that they should turn into like a TV movie? I got a couple topics. I'll
Run it
let you
down.
go
Let me hear
first
you.
though.
No, you run it because I gotta see what'll be yours. What's your first one? I do the first one. I'll come after you with my first one. Then we'll do the second. We'll run it like that.
It's two of them. Um, I would love in the future to see the Megan Thee Stallion Tory Lane situation turned into a movie. It's either between that situation or I'm gonna take it back for y'all. The Ray Caruth story.
Mm.
I think that would be a little more interesting because I've kind of dived into that story over the years, and it's a lot behind
The Ray
that.
Carew.
Oh yeah, and
Okay,
it's
you do.
actually it continues down to this day of him trying to get custody of the disabled son that he ultimately was trying to kill.
Mm. Yeah, that's something else.
Ain't that ain't that some mess?
He trying to get custody of the son because he is out of jail.
He got out in 2018 or
Yeah,
2019.
and he trying to get custody of the disabled kid. He got to be the craziest.
The grandmother is so gracious, is so loving. Like, she's awesome because she's actually thinking about letting him meet the son. You know, the grandmother's been taking care of him since he was born. This happened in 99.
Right.
So, yeah,
Mm.
the story is crazy. Anyways, you know what? Let me give y'all a little bit of background for the people that don't know about the Ray Krug story, because me and you obviously know. So,
Hmm.
back in 99, he was playing for the Panthers. Panthers, right?
Carolina Panthers.
Yeah. So, he had a girlfriend that he was dealing with, but he decided he didn't want a girlfriend no more. She finds out she's pregnant. He's begging her to have an abortion the whole pregnancy. And from what I have observed and seen in certain documentaries, he had a hitman that he hired that was working at an area strip club. And so the hitman at first didn't really want to be bothered with the situation. So months and months will go by. And so the original plan was for the hitman to beat her up, cause her to have a miscarriage or whatever, whatever. But then at a certain point, it was too far along, and they arranged for him to meet up with them and just shoot her and leave. And that's exactly what he did. They left. Either it was a movie, I believe they went to go see, and he followed them and shot her, and Ray and the crazy dude got away. So, anyways, she was able to make a 911 call describing what happened. She did name Ray as the primary suspect, which actually she solved her own murder before she died. Um, she lost consciousness in the process. They did an emergency C-section, and they were able to deliver the baby safely. He did have a lot of mental and physical difficulties over the years because he lacked oxygen from the shooting and getting her to the hospital. So he ended up having cerebral palsy and a few other things over the years. But anyway, she passed away after giving birth, and his grandmother has been taking care of him 23, 24 years. Anyways, the two assailants that helped with the situation, they basically got life. Ray Caruth only got, I believe, about 18 years. And so he ended up getting out in 2019, I believe, 2018, 2019, and actually reached out to the grandmother and wanted to have a relationship with the son of the woman that he had killed that was carrying his son. So it's a crazy story, but it will make for good TV. But it's a very crazy and complex story.
Mm. Mine's, to be honest with you, I would love to see them do, not them, somebody to do a real story on January 6th. And
Ooh.
yeah, I would love to see January 6th.
It's so
And
many layers to that story too.
right, that's what I would love to see that. And then, like I say, January 6th, and another one, I would have to say on the churches, church and politics.
That'll take a while to dig into the church scene.
Well, I'm saying now with church. No, I'm saying with the church and the politics. How church and politics. I would I would love somebody to really do it, showing how the politicians be coming in and paying off. You really get to see how the pastors be taking bribes to get their people to vote certain ways. See, that's what I'm saying. I would love to see that where
You
somebody
know how
do a
many people will
movie.
be in trouble?
Yeah, if they did, but see, I know they would. They wouldn't do that movie. We probably finna get. I'm probably finna get flagged for that comment. I'm trying to tell you, I would love to show you how, like, say for them to do, like, say, a mayor race, like they was doing, like, better. Yeah, we ain't got to do that. I would say basically just like I say a mayor race and city council, and just show somebody show how the church and the politicians. You
Um,
know,
they need to do a digger dive into Flint politics. That would be awesome. And somebody like document it and actually have accurate accounts of stuff. That would be awesome.
shit,
But then
if you
Trump
can
would
get,
get in trouble, I think.
huh? If you think people will come out and talk,
Heck not. Unless they agree to be unidentified or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah,
But
put them behind the black screen and some change their voice.
heck,
Now
shoot, ain't nobody
look at
ain't nobody
Belinda.
really doing that.
Okay, Belinda. She said, "Ask her to find how they do
Nah,
it." They
nah.
wouldn't. They. I shouldn't have read that question, but I loved it.
I love y'all.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying. I would love somebody to do. Really, I would love to see a movie did with politics and church.
You know what would be another good movie? Y'all put
What?
y'all movie suggestions in the comments. Another good movie will be Kilpatrick.
Kilpatrick. Oh, you know what? Yeah, that would be good. If like with him can tell his story on how he got. Yeah, that would be a dope one.
You know what? I don't want him necessarily telling it because he ain't gonna tell everything that need to be told.
What you want some other people that's gonna tell their version? If you gotta get it, you got listen. Like it's his side, it's their side. Then somewhere we gonna get the truth. If we just get
Yeah,
from the people who did just listen, if we just did a real, if they did a real movie on the Flint water and show how the people here got played, do you understand how many people would be like they wouldn't even do that? You know what I'm saying? They don't want to show that they would. You know what I'm saying? How the people been suckered. They should do a movie on the water lawsuit.
that. I lost my train of thought. It was another. I think that's it. Oh, you know what? I only brought that subject up to bring me into my last topic of the night.
Let's go.
So, you know your boy Marion Knight, aka Suge Knight. He's actually in the early stages of producing a movie based upon his life.
That's what's up.
I don't know how much I want to really want to watch this because truth be told, I don't think Suge gonna tell the truth. I just don't.
Answer this question for me. How can everybody just Suge is the big bad wolf? He ain't gonna tell the truth, but everybody telling the truth on him. Ain't none of them Jimmy Iovine is not a liar. Ain't none of them record executives not a liar. Ain't he the only? I'm just saying. How can he be this big bad wolf? He the biggest liar in the world. But all of a sudden, these people who's telling their stories aren't liars.
I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I don't think that he's necessarily a big, huge liar, but I think that his tactics that he used to get what he want was some bullcrap. You can't always try to scare somebody into doing what you want them to do, and that was his deal, scaring folks into doing this, scaring them into doing that. Now look here, it
Come
was
on
some
with it.
folks back in the day that wasn't fooling with that either. So I feel like this: if you let Suge punk you out of doing something once, okay, but he wouldn't been doing it again. So
I,
that
I, I think they made him worse than what he really was because I can't see him being what they saying he was just this bad of a person because them people wouldn't have really been around. What man that bad would have spent down there 4 or 5 million to help Snoop beat a murder case that he wasn't there? What man would have went and got Tupac out of jail? Interscope had way more money than Death Row. Remember, Interscope gave Death Row a distribution deal. You mean to tell me Ted Fields, who was the owner of Interscope, couldn't go over there and get Tupac out? I'm just saying that, like they say, to the victors goes the spoils. Who wins get to tell his story. I just think like if you really did get some of them stories out, let Suge get to say his part to counter what they putting out here, you were probably somewhere in between both sides. You would get down to the truth Cause all he been made out as a, oh, he the big bad bear, he did this and that. Suge
Yes,
helped a lot of them people who wouldn't get money, like with Jody see them. He was helping them get points, like Mary J. Blige. He was helping her get points on her album. See, they wasn't saying, we always talk about the media, they make the big bad wolf who they want to be. Just think about it with Will Smith. He was the darling of Hollywood till he went and smacked Chris Rock.
yeah, that was extra though. He should have
Yeah,
kept it.
I know, but they acting like he did the worst thing and he this and look how Chris Rock. So you gotta look at you gotta go down to the root of the situation. You can't just you want root knowledge and not branch knowledge. Because
Yeah,
when you looking at it, look how Chris Rock, the same people who created the confusion is getting paid off of it. Look how Chris Rock did that show with Netflix, and he got to
the
talk
comedy
about it.
special.
Yeah, but he got to talk about it. It made money, but who really made the money?
Yeah, I just feel like at a certain point, you know what? That Suge Knight story might be good. And you know what Trevor just said?
Well,
Oh shoot, and we out. I done got kicked out.
did you?
I don't know. I ain't got no more camera time.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Your camera went out, but you still on here, and your screen froze up.
I'm froze.
Yeah, your screen froze up.
Let me
But
see.
Trevor said he can hear us though, so that's cool. We really
Okay.
in podcasting form.
I'm still in the building. In the building.
Yeah, you still
Let me
in the
see.
building.
I don't know what's going on. But anyways, Suge might have a great story. That's my deal. Suge might have a great story. um, I think that's all on my topics list. Oh, you know what, you guys? Stay tuned for next week. I'm gonna have comedian Brian Mickens on. He was a part of the roast for Eric Mays that took place last week. So we're gonna talk a little bit about that. And I actually have a surprise guest that I'm bringing on also following that interview. So I'm excited about that. But anyways, Mickey, you want to add anything to the situation before we leave?
No, I'm waiting to see what's going. Oh, I do. Hold up, let me not forget. We
Oh
got
shoot.
we got brother Rev. We got Reverend Thrill Kill coming on tomorrow at
Come
9 o'clock.
through. Yes, yes, yes. Y'all
Uh,
make sure y'all tune in.
Hold up, you got one question too before you
Oh,
go.
let me look, let me look, let
They
me look.
say Belinda Love said not trying to change topic, but who y'all got? Jada Kiss or Jim Jones? Jada Kiss finna slaughter him. He
Wait,
slaughtered their
hold on.
whole
Wait,
damn
wait, wait.
crew.
So they doing a rematch?
It's just Jim Jones trying to do it with Jada Kiss. I think Jada Kiss is gonna mop the floor with him. He should have left it alone.
Yeah, that was something that Jim Jones should have left alone because he's not a yeah. That was an easy question, an easy
Yeah,
answer. I mean, Jada
Jada,
Kiss will, yeah,
he probably finna Ali Boomba his ass.
yeah. You know he in concert next weekend. It's gonna be him, Mace, Freeway, couple other folks.
I, I ain't say I ain't saying Jim Jones not a good rapper,
I
but
ain't
I
talking about
don't
Jim
think.
Jones. I'm talking about Jada Kiss. Ain't nobody
Oh,
want to listen
Jada
to no
Kiss,
Jim
yeah,
Jones.
no, because somebody Trevor just said Jim Jones, then he snapped his shin, and Belinda said, "Yep." No, that was John Jones. Okay, two different people. Yeah, no, like yeah, Jada gonna do it, but to me, Jim make better albums than Jada make. Jada make nice songs, but Jim last album's been crazy, dope.
Oh really?
Hell yeah, Jim been putting some.
He ain't interesting enough for me.
Who was it that said it's pastor? So pastors at 9 at just Jim Jones. Yeah, well, Jim Jones is finna murder that dude.
Yeah.
Mm.
But all right, y'all, we gonna head out of here. I'm about to go drink me some more tea and get my life together. Do you hear me?
Thank you, because you did come in, even though I know you was a little under the weather.
Yeah, well, I had to go ahead and give the people what they needed since last week was a complete crap show, but we'll get into that next week with my guest. Thank
Oh
y'all for
wow.
popping in. We'll holla at y'all. Peace.